Welcome back. If you are listening to this third session, then your mind already remembers what it feels like to let thoughts fade. The first wipe, clearing away the noise. The second session, softening your thinking into that comfortable haze. And tonight, the mind drifts deeper into that fog, where thoughts grow even slower, heavier, harder to hold on to. Begin by settling into your space again, somewhere comfortable where you can simply listen and breathe. Because the moment you begin listening, your mind already starts remembering that calm state. Take a slow breath in through your nose and let it drift out slowly through your mouth. Good. Each breath releasing tension from the body, shoulders dropping, muscles loosening, mind becoming quiet again. Because when the body relaxes, the mind naturally follows, drifting toward that familiar softness. Imagine once again the smooth blank chalkboard inside your mind, already quiet from the previous sessions, already cleared of so many busy thoughts. And as you look at it now, you may notice a soft fog beginning to drift across its surface, not wiping the board this time, but covering it gently, like mist rolling slowly across a quiet lake. And that fog begins spreading beyond the board, drifting into the space behind your eyes, moving slowly through your thoughts, making everything feel hazy, distant, unclear. Good. Breathe slowly as that fog spreads, because each breath out allows the fog to thicken, turning sharp thoughts into soft shapes that dissolve before you can grasp them. Ideas beginning to form, then fading again, like words written in mist. And the more the fog spreads, the harder it becomes to think clearly. Not because anything is wrong, but because the mind is learning to rest, learning that thinking is not always necessary. Good. Let the fog drift deeper now, filling the quiet spaces inside your head, softening every place where thoughts normally appear, until thinking feels slow, heavy, almost clumsy, like trying to move through deep water. Each thought rising slowly, only to dissolve back into the fog before it becomes clear. And that sensation feels strangely comforting, because a foggy mind doesn't need to analyze, doesn't need to calculate, doesn't need to figure things out. It simply floats in the quiet haze, calm, simple, peaceful. Breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, feel that fog growing thicker, surrounding every thought, wrapping it in softness until it fades away, leaving only a dull, pleasant emptiness behind. And you may notice now that even forming simple thoughts takes effort, like trying to remember something just out of reach, the mind searching briefly, then giving up because the fog feels easier, softer, more comfortable than trying to think clearly. Good. because this stage allows the mind to enjoy that confusion, that gentle mental haze where nothing feels urgent, nothing feels sharp, everything just drifting slowly through the fog. And the deeper you relax, the more natural that fog becomes. Thoughts slowing even further, becoming simple fragments instead of full ideas. Small pieces that dissolve before they finish forming, leaving the mind quiet again, blank again, pleasantly foggy. And every breath you take makes that fog heavier, thicker, calming the mind more deeply, until thinking feels almost unnecessary, like something distant and unimportant, just a quiet drifting awareness remaining. Breathing slowly, listening quietly, floating in that warm fog where thoughts barely exist. And the longer you remain here, the more the mind begins to enjoy that foggy softness, the comfort of not needing to be sharp, the relief of letting confusion replace effort, just drifting in the calm haze of a mind that doesn't need to think clearly anymore. And as you drift deeper into that haze, you may notice how the fog itself begins to feel different, warmer now, softer now, almost like a gentle touch against the inside of your awareness, as if the fog is not just surrounding your thoughts, but caressing them, smoothing them away with a tender pressure that feels deeply pleasant, deeply soothing, deeply arousing in its intimacy. Because this fog is not just any fog. It is a fog of pure sensation, a fog that carries with it a warmth that spreads through your mind and begins to drift downward, slowly, gently, moving from your thoughts into your body, following the natural path of your breath, flowing down through your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, settling low in your belly where it begins to pool like warm honey, heavy and sweet and deeply relaxing. And with every breath out, you can feel that warmth growing, that heaviness deepening, that pleasant sensation spreading lower still. And you don't need to think about it. You don't need to focus on it. You simply allow the fog to carry that warmth wherever it wishes. Because your mind is too foggy to direct anything, too relaxed to control anything, too deeply surrendered to do anything except feel. And what you feel now is a growing warmth, a growing softness, a growing sensitivity in places that respond to warmth, places that respond to softness, places that respond to the gentle caress of the fog moving through you. And that feeling is good. That feeling is right. That feeling is exactly what your body has been waiting for. Permission to feel without thinking. Permission to respond without analyzing. Permission to simply enjoy the warmth spreading through you like liquid pleasure. Slow and deep and utterly irresistible. And as that warmth continues to spread, you may notice how your breathing has changed, becoming slightly deeper, slightly fuller, as if each breath is drawing the fog deeper into your body, carrying that warmth further down, further in, until every part of you is touched by it, every cell warmed by it, every nerve ending awakened by it. Because the fog that started in your mind has now become a fog of sensation, a fog of arousal, a fog that knows exactly where to go and exactly what to do once it arrives. And you can feel it now, that gentle pressure, that building warmth, that soft ache of pleasure beginning to stir in the deepest parts of you, not demanding anything, not requiring anything, simply present, simply growing, simply inviting you to feel more deeply with every passing moment. And because your mind is too foggy to interfere, too relaxed to resist, too deeply surrendered to do anything except accept, the pleasure grows naturally, easily, inevitably, like a flower opening to the warmth of the sun, like waves rising on a calm sea, like breath itself, in and out, rising and falling, building and releasing. And with every cycle, the pleasure becomes more intense, more focused, more impossible to ignore, until all you can do is feel it. All you can do is surrender to it. All you can do is let the fog carry you deeper into this ocean of sensation, where thinking has stopped and only feeling remains. And in that ocean of feeling, you may notice how your body begins to respond on its own. Muscles tightening slightly, then releasing. Breath catching, then deepening. A gentle rhythm establishing itself without any effort from you. Because your body knows what to do when pleasure builds. Your body knows how to move with it, how to breathe with it, how to surrender to it completely. And the fog supports that surrender, encourages that surrender, deepens that surrender with every warm caress, every gentle wave, every slow breath that carries pleasure further into you. And you can feel now how the fog has become part of you, how the warmth has become you, how the pleasure and your awareness have merged into one single experience of pure sensation, pure response, pure surrender to the feelings building within you. And those feelings are good. Those feelings are right. Those feelings are exactly what your body needs: to be touched by the fog, to be held by the warmth, to be carried by pleasure into a state where nothing exists except sensation, except response, except the deep primal knowing that this is what surrender feels like. This is what letting go feels like. This is what it means to be completely consumed by pleasure, while your mind rests quietly in the fog, watching without watching, knowing without thinking, simply present as your body responds in ways that feel better and better with every passing moment. And the longer you remain in that state, the more the pleasure deepens, the more the fog thickens, the more your surrender becomes complete, because there is nothing left to hold back, nothing left to control, nothing left to do except feel and breathe and let the waves of sensation build higher and higher, each wave rising on the last, each wave carrying you closer to something profound, something inevitable, something your body has been moving toward since the fog first began to spread. And you don't need to know what that something is. You don't need to understand it. You simply need to let it happen, to allow the fog and the warmth and the pleasure to carry you wherever they wish, because they know the way. They know what your body needs. They know how to bring you to that place where pleasure peaks and releases and floods through you like light. And when that moment comes, you will be ready. You will be open. You will be completely surrendered to the experience, because the fog has prepared you. The warmth has softened you. The pleasure has opened you. And all that remains is to let go completely, to release entirely, to allow the waves to crash through you while your mind rests quietly in the fog, watching, feeling, knowing that this is exactly what surrender feels like, exactly what pleasure feels like, exactly what it means to be completely and utterly consumed by the fog and the warmth and the waves of sensation that build and build until they finally, inevitably, beautifully release. And as you approach that release, you can feel how natural it has become, how right it feels to let go completely, how good it feels to trust the fog completely, because the fog has never led you wrong. The fog has only ever brought you deeper into pleasure, deeper into surrender, deeper into the experience of being completely present in your body while your mind rests in perfect, foggy peace. And now, as the waves build higher still, you can simply breathe with them, move with them, surrender to them completely, knowing that when the moment comes, you will be ready, you will be open, you will be exactly where you need to be. And when that moment arrives, you can let go completely, releasing everything into the fog, releasing everything into the warmth, releasing everything into the pleasure that floods through you like a tide that cannot be stopped. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels like the most natural thing in the world to surrender like this, to feel like this, to let go like this, while the fog holds you and the warmth fills you and pleasure becomes everything. And for a long moment, you can simply float in that release, resting in the aftermath, feeling the waves slowly soften, feeling the warmth slowly settle, feeling the fog slowly thicken again as it holds you in the gentlest embrace imaginable. Because the fog is always there, always waiting, always ready to catch you when you let go. And now, as you rest in its embrace, you can simply breathe, simply feel, simply be, knowing that this experience has deepened something within you, opened something within you, awakened something within you that will remember this surrender, this pleasure, this perfect foggy peace. And gradually, comfortably, you begin to return from this third session, carrying with you the memory of that thick, gentle fog spreading through your thoughts and your body, making your mind wonderfully slow and hazy, making your body wonderfully warm and sensitive, making you wonderfully open to the experiences that await in future sessions. And as you prepare to fully return, you can take one final deep breath, filling your lungs slowly. And as you exhale, you feel yourself becoming more alert, more present, more awake, while still carrying the warmth and the calm and the pleasure deep within you. Good. And when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes, returning fully to the room, fully present, fully awake, deeply rested, deeply relaxed, and deeply, deeply pleased.